What's going on, Charles? It's Evil from Pure EVil MMA.
Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going, man?
It's going awesome, man. How have you been, brother? Because, it was a crazy weekend with that Super Bowl and all.
Oh, man, I'm pumped, man. That just got me more motivated, man. It was awesome just, to see the comeback by the Patriots was epic, man,
And
I was definitely sweating for a little bit, though,
Definitely, and it was more of a fight. It was like the perfect sports game in the sense that, you're coming back from really thinking that you can't come back, and then you end up winning the Super Bowl the way they did. It was just absolutely unbelievable. I saw your little Snapchat video of you getting all pumped up about that. Really quick, before we start this interview, before we get too deep into the interview, you got this upcoming fight against Shane Burgos, who we just had on last week on the podcast. Man, what are you doing to get ready for this fight?
Yeah. All right. Just real quick. So this podcast is for Pure EVil MMA.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. I was just making sure. So, all right. Yeah. No, but because I didn't know, because like two other people messaged me, so I was like, I didn't know which one it was, but
yeah, no,
I found out 2 weeks ago. I've been waiting a long time to fight, man. I've been on the shelf for a year. They keep telling me the UFC keeps telling me every couple months I'll be ready. But I got this fight for against Shane Burgos, and I think it's the perfect opponent, perfect time. I've been off a little bit of a layoff, but it's always been my dream to go into to fight in Boston, New York. Everybody knows the rivalry of all the Boston and New York teams. So I think this is going to be the first one to spark it. I mean, I don't think a Boston guy has fought a guy from New York yet. In New York or in Boston. I'm sure it's happened in the UFC, but not in New York or in Boston. So I think I'm looking to get a little rivalry going, maybe start taking out a bunch of New York guys.
Yeah, we got to watch out about that. I'm from Connecticut, man, so I know that rivalry very well.
Yep.
And growing up here on the East Coast, man, were you a fan of the Patriots this whole time, or were you more New York Giants? What were you?
Yeah. Nah, man, of course, man. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been a fan of the Patriots. I remember being like a little kid when Drew Bledsoe got injured and they put Tom Brady in. He was the backup quarterback, and he ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. And obviously, ever since then, like I've been a diehard Tom Brady fan. And I think it's kind of the perfect role model as a kid. I mean, Tom Brady was one of the guys, like one of those role people that you look up to, like. One of the people that like you look up to as a kid, and Tom Brady, he's a man, So I think he was a good role model, a good idol for me as a kid. It's cool that he's still doing this thing now.
Yeah, man, we had a great weekend here, and to top it all off, man, a couple of your teammates got to fight this weekend as well, like Tisha, Price got to fight. So were you able to watch any of those?
Yep, yeah, I watched the whole card, man. I actually was really excited about Tisha. I actually came up fighting on the local circuit with Nico a little bit. We fought on Fight Time, a couple of the same fights in cards. He was, I got in the UFC before him, but I'm really happy to see him doing his thing. And then Tisha, of course, me and Tisha go way back, man. Me and her fought on amateur cards since our first amateur fights, and
wow.
We used to always have a little contest to who had more amateur belts. I think we both ended up with like 7 or something at the end. But she was like, it was always cool to see her doing her thing, and then we both made it into the UFC at about the same time. And for our fight that weekend, I was really excited because I got to work with her a little bit. She took me aside and asked me a little bit of some jiu-jitsu stuff, and I'm always glad to help her. And she actually implemented some of it in her fight. She actually almost got the rear naked choke, which I was pumped about. But she did great, man. She looked great, and I always know that she has it. She works really hard and got the win. So. Our team's looking good and everything. It was good to see both my teammates get big wins.
And what about that freaking main event, brother? The Korean Zombie going in there after three years out of the octagon. Did you think he was going to win that?
Yeah, man. I mean, that was one of those ones I probably wasn't going to bet on. I didn't know. I just kind of looked at it. I was like, man, I know Bermudez is tough. He's tough as nails. He's a great wrestler. I knew Korean Zombie had like that good jiu-jitsu, but I didn't realize like Zombie had that type of power, man. To go in there and do what he did was impressive. Definitely, respect to him. It was a great performance.
So you've been really buckling down, getting ready for this upcoming fight. I saw that you've been pretty much traveling the world. You were just in Thailand.
Yep, yeah, man. I've got to go to some really cool places since I've been laid off. For the last year for the fights. But I really haven't missed a step. I've basically been in training camp for a full year, so that's why I think this is going to be a great fight because I haven't stopped improving. I don't even look at it like being off of work because I was still working the whole time. I was working. It just made me hungry and hungry. I had the opportunity to go to Holland to work with the Dutch in some kickboxing. I was there for 2 months. And then I even got to go to Italy for 2 months during that time just to see some of the world. But I still got to go to Alessio Sakara's gym and train some jiu-jitsu, and they were surprisingly good. Usually when you go to other countries, you feel stuff out, and they have pretty good stand-up. But Italy, they actually had some good jiu-jitsu, and then from there, I went back. Got to go to Boston for a little bit, went to a couple weddings, and and then once couple fights fell through. The UFC called me for 3 short notice fights in that period that I was off, and I accepted all of them, but none of them ended up going through for whatever reason. It just didn't happen, and I accepted them. Thought I was fighting for 2 days, and then basically, a little funny story. I was in Italy. I was literally eating a piece of pizza in Naples. I was in Naples with my little brother sitting down at the dinner table, and I get a call. I open my email. And I get an email asking by Ryan Hall on 2 weeks
Nice.
notice in somewhere, and I said, all right. I literally put my pizza down, tied my shoes, and ran away from the dinner table and started running around the city of Italy just to try to get safe, and 2 days later I found out it didn't happen. But my point is, yeah, man, I've been training hard, and then after that I got to go to Thailand, which I think was the best vacation experience training camp of my entire life. So now I'm back at American Top Team, my home, so getting ready for this next one, April 8th against Shane.
I mean, that would have been an awesome fight, Ryan Hall. He coming off that win against Gray. I mean, I would love that fight, man. And something that I wanted to ask you. You had that close split decision fight against Yair Rodriguez, man. Would you ever want to get that fight back to get that win?
Yeah, man, that one eats at me every day. I mean, I've watched it. I've watched it hundreds of times, and I always think I won every single time, and I always think maybe at the end they're gonna say something different, but they don't. So that's one of the ones that eats at me. I mean, I lost a split decision, to Yair Rodriguez on, in Mexico against Mexican. Obviously the fans were against me. Everything was against me. I walked out with my American flag, and man, they said split decision. I was like, man, it's going to be tough to get this one. I thought I would get it, and didn't go my way. But I went in the back, talked to Dana White. He gave me the bonus, and he told me if I fight like that, I'll never have, I'll never have a problem, fighting in the UFC. I always have a job for him. So, that made me feel a little bit better getting the bonus. But I mean, I would give all that money back for that call to go the other way. So, that's one that I want back, and hopefully in in time, if I can win these next couple fights in a row, I can get back, top, and if he's still there, then we'll cross paths again, and I'll be able to get my vengeance.
As we close towards the end of this interview, man, I did see that you're training with JDS as well. How's that going, brother? That must be an awesome experience.
Oh, Jorino Santos? Yeah, it was funny. The other day, actually, we didn't even have a partner in jiu-jitsu class, so we partnered up. But, yeah, man, he's a really fun guy. Always happy, always up there. And, he's a good guy. He brings good charisma, good spirit to the team. So he's a great person to have around. He's obviously, former world champion. So it's always good to get to work with people like that. That's the advantage of training at a gym like I train at. I get to train with the best guys on the planet.
One of the baddest men on the planet, and also soon-to-be father as well, JDS. So congratulations to him, man.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, man. We got all the guys in the gym. They all got babies, so.
So as we get to the end of this interview, my last question to you is: this weekend there's a big upcoming fight against Holly Holm versus Jermaine Durandamy. I talked with Jermaine. She had nothing bad to say against Holly Holm, and I'm sure Holly had nothing bad to say about Jermaine. And I really don't want either of them to lose. It's an amazing opportunity, but I got to ask you, man, how do you see this fight going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure. I haven't seen much of Jermaine. I see her credentials in kickboxing and stuff like that, but, I know Holly Holm has the same type of credentials, so I really just see, it being just a back and forth technical battle of stand-up. I mean, I think, it'll probably go the distance, and whoever really wants it more is going to get it. So, I can't really say who I think is going to win, but, I think it'll be a good matchup.
And what can we all expect for your upcoming fight at UFC 210 against Shane?
And you can expect a guy that's been in training camp for a year and a half. I mean, I haven't stopped getting better, and I'm going to come out on fire, and I'm going to show the world where I belong. My only 2 losses are both against guys that are top 10 in the world. One of them against Dennis Seaver that was my UFC debut. I took on 5 days' notice in Stockholm, Sweden. Flew across the world to fight him on 5 days' notice when I wasn't even in the UFC yet. He had more UFC fights than I had fights at all overall. And, I got fight of the night in that one. It didn't go my way. And then the other one, a split decision loss to Rodriguez, which I thought I won that fight. And you can go ahead and watch the fight and, tell me what you think. But, now he's on fire. He's pretty close to a title shot. So both the guys that I fought that weren't there, I beat them both pretty decisively. Kyle Boshniak, I 30-27 them, beat him all 3 rounds. And then I submitted Sean Soriano. So, I know where I stand, I know where I belong, and I haven't stopped getting better. So you're going to see the best of me coming April 8th in UFC 210.
Thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. I really appreciate it. What we like to do at this point in the interview is I hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you got any shout outs, any thank yous, sponsors, anything at all, boss, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just want to shout out my family. I always like to do that. My mom and dad, my sister Teresa, and my little brothers Lucas and Francis. I know they'll probably be listening in, and definitely want to thank my team, American Top Team, and all my people in Thailand that took care of me, and people in Holland for this camp. Everyone, you're gonna see a brand new Charles Rosa on April 8th, so definitely tune in.
Have a good night, man, and best of skills come UFC 210.
All right, thanks for sure. And if you guys want to catch me on Twitter, you can follow me at Charles Rosa MMA on Instagram and Twitter, and you guys can stay updated with my latest feed, training sessions, and stuff like that. But hey, thanks a lot, brother.
Hey man, what's your Snapchat, really quick, for everybody?
Oh yeah, my Snapchat's good too. If any of you guys want to follow, I actually still work 1 day a week as a chef. So if you guys like food and fighting, you can check me out on my Snapchat. My Snap code is Charles Rosa JWU, and that's the school that I graduated from, Johnson Wales University, and it was in Providence, Rhode Island. So if you want to catch me on Snapchat, Charles Rosa JWU, all one word. You can add me on there and, follow my journey to UFC 210.
Well, best of skill, brother. Good luck.